Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again, and I must give a special shout out to my man Capitalist Chris. He is getting married today. He is getting hitched. Congratulations, man. I'm happy for you. I'm excited for you. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Anybody who tells you otherwise is fucking miserable. So hurry up, man. Get married, have some damn kids. The only way to save this country is for good Americans to get married and have little Americans. Now, speaking of Americans and those that hate us, a couple things I forgot to mention yesterday about Mayor Blowsio getting his stupid punk ass out there and helping to paint Black Lives Matter in 12-foot letters in front of the Trump Tower, like he gives a shit. One thing I didn't notice, he must have been hiding behind the extension pole that he was using to paint. You know, that sickly little turd, the special ops of race baiters. When you need the best, it's like the action movies where the leader, the star, there's always a scene where they read his heavily redacted service record. Oh, this guy was counterterrorism expert in explosives, hand-to-hand combat. They always read their fucking resume, right? Same thing with Sharptongue. When you need the best in race baiting, that's who you call. If you can find him, and if you can hire, if you can find him, maybe you can hire Sharptongue. So this sickly little turd was out there. I've said it before. Sharptongue looks like he has hepcades, hepatitis, cancer, and AIDS. But of course, he was out there standing right next to Mayor de Blowsio, because in order to do things like this, you must get the blessing. You must be blessed from the altar of black folk. And apparently, Sharptongue is one of our very unofficial leaders. So he's out there painting next to the mayor. And another thing is the mayor is allowing Black Lives Matter protests to continue. Or as I like to say, certain Black Lives Matter. So he's allowing their protests into the thousands. You've seen the big ass groups of these dummies marauding through towns and cities. So he's allowing their protests to go on. But businesses, parades, things of that nature, any large gatherings, nope. They don't give a fuck about your culture. They don't give a fuck about your beliefs. You people are all the wrong color. There's a scene in a Bruce Lee movie. It was brought to my attention, or I was reminded about it, because my son is into Bruce Lee movies now. He wants me to call him Bruce Lee, and he walks around the house with no shirt on. So we are watching Chinese Connection. Sometimes you might see it as Fist of Fury, but I grew up knowing it as Chinese Connection. It's the one where it takes place during the Japanese occupation of China. And he's walking along and he's going into this park, and there's a sign up that says no dogs or Chinese allowed. How fucked up is that? And so there's this Indian dude, this big old Indian dude in a turban, and this lady walks in with a dog, and the guy stops Bruce Lee at the gate and he says, "You can't come in." And he points at the dog and he says, "What's that?" And the Indian guy looks at him and says, "I'm sorry, you're the wrong color." So that's what Mayor de Blowsio says to all you other groups that want to gather. You're the wrong color. You're not Black Lives Matter. So no, you can't congregate in large groups. That'll be postponed to a later time. But to keep from being called the dreaded racist, we must let these dumbasses gather in huge groups. How do you feel about that, New Yorkers? You plan on going to the Puerto Rican Day parade this year? You wanted to go to the Italian festival? No, you don't get to do none of that. Now, if you change your guys, you've changed your organization to a Black Lives Matter sect, then you should be all right. That's what you should do. Join one of the BLM branches, and then you guys can get together and do whatever the fuck you want. Because you guys will be under the group of the special needs children that black people are treated like. It's not their fault. It's not their responsibility. Let them have their tantrum. Now on to some good news. On to a CEO who just may have remembered he has testicles. So the CEO of GOYA Foods, Robert Unanu, I think that's his name. I'll just call him Robert. So the CEO of GOYA Foods is the #1 Hispanic food producer in America. And the CEO was invited to the White House because Trump signed a new act. He had some Hispanic business leaders and whatnot come to the White House. This guy was among them. And so he said, it's great that we have a president like Trump who is doing things for the Hispanic American people. Now, again, I don't agree with this Hispanic American, African American, Asian American verbiage, but whatever. So he said that. He basically committed the ultimate sin of showing public support for our president. Now keep in mind, they're not going to tell you this part, but he was also invited to the White House by Obama. Did you hear anybody say shit? Of course not. You dare not say nothing against the exalted one, or you will be destroyed and branded, painted with the scarlet letter of a racist. So of course you didn't hear shit about it. Did it take place during an election year? Of course you didn't hear shit about it. But now you gotta get ready. Election time. So let's bring up all this bullshit. So of course, when you show public support for the president, you must be punished. So now you have all these celebrities and shit wanting to boycott GOYA Foods. And of course, top of the dummy heap is Rocco Cortez. Your motherfucks. Her womb is so polluted. She got my fucking baby, man. God, that woman's stupid. Anyway, so she tweets, oh, here's me Googling how to make adobo. Basically saying, oh, I won't be using their products anymore. And trying to get people to go to their competitors. Now, I'm not sure, but is it illegal for an elected official to publicly push for boycotting a private-owned company? Can you do that? That's kind of fucked up. Shouldn't you remain kind of neutral, being an elected official? Shouldn't you not choose one group of your constituents over another? Shouldn't you not badmouth and bash people for supporting someone you don't? It could be. And if it's not illegal, it should be. You should not be telling people to boycott products. You're affecting people's business, which means you're affecting people's jobs. Now, I know Rocco Cortez is well versed in losing jobs for her district. Remember, she ran Amazon up out of there? Why would you be boycotting this man? Why would you try to be taking money out of his pocket and food out of his mouth because he went to the White House with a president you don't like? So fucking what? That's none of your business. But there's this big boycott that's trying to be created against GOYA Foods. I tell you what, next time I see a GOYA product, I'm buying that shit. This is ridiculous. So what? He went to the White House to get things done for the Hispanic community. Aren't you guys supposed to be for people of color? You know, we need one of those. We need a color chart. Like when you go to the paint store and they give you those paint strips and the colors on the bottom start from lightest and go to darkest at the top of the strip. We need one of those. Because we need to know if you fall in the group of people for them to give a fuck about. Because apparently they don't give a fuck about Hispanic people. Like, he's a person of color. Aren't you supposed to have his back? Aren't you supposed to have one of those stupid fists for him to hold up? Aren't all white people racist? So we gotta look out for our black and brown people? Isn't that the stupid shit you espouse every day? But it further proves my point. If you don't read from their script, fuck you. You will be a greasy spot on the ground as the machine runs you over. You're gonna be that Asian dude standing in front of the tank in Tiananmen Square. They'll roll right over your ass and not even care. That's the hymnal party. Me, 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 me. They all sing from the same hymnal. The same tone, the same words, the same lyrics. If you deviate by a letter, you will be destroyed. Boycotts. Just like calling someone a Nazi or saying somebody's racist. That shit's losing its sting. People aren't gonna fucking boycott GOYA products. What, you handful of assholes? You don't buy GOYA products. I bet you your staff does. I bet you the people that work for you for fucking pennies, I bet you they eat GOYA. Do you think they're gonna give a shit what you think? I was reading an article talking about this lady who came from the Dominican Republic, and her mom would make food with GOYA products because they were authentic and reminded her of home. You're not gonna compete with that. Good for the CEO of GOYA. Good for Robert Unanu. When I read that name, I did not think that dude was Spanish. That's what happens. Cancer culture 101. You stop reading from our script, you're fucked. But the good thing is, the CEO of GOYA says, I'm not walking shit back. I'm not taking shit back. I don't care about this stupid ass backlash. What I said was true. And if I'm invited to the White House again, guess what? I'm gonna get out my Sunday best and head right back to the fucking White House. I wish more companies would do that. But a lot of these companies, it's too late. They're already infected. They've already been bitten on the arm by one of these ravenous liberal monsters. They're already starting to turn. It's too late. Their system has been compromised. But I hope that a lot of other CEOs see this. They see that if you fight the backlash, it will go away. These are children we're dealing with short attention spans. They will go away. Stay the course. I'm so tired of these companies bending and capitulating to these fucking monsters. And what happens? Okay, you took the Golden Girls episode away where they had the mud mask on. Get the man, please. Okay, you took that. You took Aunt Jemima. You took Uncle Ben. You took the little Indian girl off the Land O'Lakes butter box. Really what you guys are doing is putting colored people out of work. Literally. You took all those things. You painted your stupid fucking words in the street. What's changed? Because while you're painting these letters, children are getting mowed down in the ghetto. Little girls are getting shot in their forehead. Little girls are getting shot in their neck. Little 3-year-old boys are getting shot in the chest while you're painting letters on the ground and removing colored people from food. It doesn't do shit. It's a fucking insult. And come the day after the election, you ain't gonna be talking about none of this shit. It's all gonna get put away in the little tote of bullshit, in the little tote they have for pandering. There's a nice little container and they put all this shit away every 4 years. Hey, hand me that Police brutality. Let me fold that up, put that in here. Hey, hand me those reparations over there. Yeah, we're gonna put that in here. Oh, hey, do me a favor, man. Reach over there and hand me that Black Lives Matter. Yeah, we're gonna put this shit in here too. Hey, right behind you, hand me the LGBT alphabet soup group bullshit. Yeah, we're gonna fold that up too. And put all that shit away and tuck it under the bed until 4 years from now. When the fuck are people gonna see this? They're throwing you scraps. Oh, are you offended? All right, I'll take the older black lady off your syrup. You happy now? Oh, you're offended? All right, Uncle Ben, out of here. You happy now? Oh, you still hurting? Hey, stop using the word master. You happy now? It's insignificant bullshit for something that doesn't even fucking exist. Police brutality. Systemic racism. How? If there's systemic racism, how the fuck do all of these way more colored than us people come from other countries and seem to sidestep and move out of the way of this systemic racism and fucking succeed? Huh? They came over here with all their worldly possessions in a fucking trash bag, 4 cents in their pocket, and the only English they know is from rap videos. Yet they come here and in 20 years, those motherfuckers are shitting in tall cotton like my dad would say. Huh? Anybody? Man, let me get the hell up out of here and get in this damn rat race. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.